Yeah.
It's just something about coming on live and stuff. This always hits this uncontrollable smile. We'd like to welcome everybody to Man's Edition presented by Creative Emotions. My name is Chef Wilson, and I just hope you guys have had an amazing week thus far. I have some incredible gentlemen here. Man, their vibe and energy is so great. I love working with them. And I like to start off to my left. And I always say no one can introduce you the way you can. So, you put your energy and your vibe on it today, right?
Yes, sir. How everybody doing? First and foremost, want to give a shout out to Q for having us once again. Hey, Q.
What up, though?
All right, Q.
My name is Mr. Randy X. Thank y'all for having us once again. I hope y'all enjoy today's topic.
All right, and to my right, this guy, man, I don't know. He's all over the place. He's just like a celebrity here in the city of Detroit. And I'm sure most people, when they introduce themselves, if you have not seen them before, I'm sure you've seen them before. Now, to my right, you go ahead and introduce yourself, my brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate the intro. How y'all doing out there? My name is Leon Lee Johnson, a.k.a. Lee Polo. Just want to welcome y'all to the show, man. Thanks a lot, Q. To my guys on the panel. We're going to turn it up right now.
I'd like to welcome everybody to
You're going to see what it is.
Presented by Creative Emotions. My name is Chef. We got a little feed there. You know the show is live.
That's how you know it's live, all the way
the
live.
volume down.
Doing our thing.
Excuse me, y'all.
But it goes with the topic today, though. It goes right with the topic today. Yeah.
So our topic for today, we're going to just get right into it. After talking, we talk all the time, and going into the spring and the summer, this one thing we want to talk about with men and women, you chime in too, because this may also include you. So today we're talking about hustle versus health. Okay, so how does that look? How does that look, gentlemen? So I tell people all the time, and success is nothing if you're not here to celebrate it. It's called a memorial service. And you can push yourself into a premature departure.
Yeah.
Right?
That's real.
So, this evening we are going to discuss how to take care of your health and put you first while you're out here and providing. And you can do it. It doesn't take much time, okay? Because the one thing you do not want to do, and I see most people doing this and very successful people, once they acquire all their wealth, they go back and try to get their health. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's a little bit too late. It's a little bit too late. So we're in an information age right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to share some things with you. And you know what? I'd like for the ladies to also chime in on this one, too, because I know I have sisters and there's ladies and some of you gentlemen's lives, and they probably try to encourage you to go to the doctor.
That's true, yeah. That's very true.
How about yourself, Randy?
Yes. Health is very important. Mm-hmm. A lot of men don't like to go to the doctor. Don't like to get checked out unless it's an emergency.
Why do you think that is?
I believe that, we really wasn't taught at a young age how important health was, and is, rather. So, as you get to going through life, some of us don't like to strap on. Right.
That's one form of health, yeah.
Yeah, that's real talk, though. I'm just saying.
Right.
But, a lot of people wait to the last minute to do things in life. That's even with your health. Mm-hmm. Like, when you start getting diabetes and high blood pressure, then you start taking things serious.
Right.
Absolutely. And I think also to add to that, it's a lot of things that we're trying to correct here.
Right.
And one of the things was we were taught to be providers before anything else.
Well, that's a good point, because a lot of times with the topic being hustle versus health, we always start off by saying, okay, we're going to go to work or pick up what we need to do first. And then the health is always like, I ain't even going to say secondary. It's usually about 9th or 10th on our list of things to do.
Absolutely.
Because we're so worried about, I got to get this money, got to pay these bills, got to do this, got to do that. So when you actually think about your health from the perspective, and I know I'm guilty of this myself, not taking enough time out to say, you know what, let me find out what's going on wrong while nothing is going on wrong.
Yes.
Because I'm so worried about chasing this dollar so I can go and pay for this medical or whatever I'm doing, and I ain't really putting them two together until, like Randy X said, I done blew a gasket or something happened. I was like, oh, what's going on? My teeth hurting.
And with everything around us, social media, conversations, pushing the provider role, right?
Right.
Everything or most conversations people are having is about getting a bag, making money. So subconsciously, I don't think we do it purposely, but like you said, it get pushed further and further to the end, right? And that's one of the deadlines you want to make, but we're so busy trying to make the other deadlines. You understand what I'm saying? So and today, I would like to give our call-in number. Please call in on this topic today at 313-266-2811.
We're going to give a shout-out to Chef just real quick to some of the people that's already online.
Okay.
You know, they done chimed in. We appreciate y'all chiming in. You know, go ahead, drop a comment or something so we can go ahead and go back and forth with you guys. And, you know, let's battle on this. Let's figure out whether or not health versus hustle, and which one we should be putting the most important on.
Yes.
Influence on.
So who's online looking at right now?
We got Shay. I said what's up to Shay. Got May. What up, though? Cynthia done chimed in.
Oh, hey, Cynthia.
Eleanor.
Okay, hello, everybody. Thank y'all for chiming in.
Right. So I think subconsciously, with everything around us pushing the provider position in life for us, right? In general conversations. And I just truly believe, like most men, we don't mean to do it, but we try to eat right? But it is certain exams that we must go and take as men. Prostate cancer is very high. I did a little research on this, earlier today.
Okay.
And let's see here.
While you're looking for your research, one thing about prostate cancer I had to realize was, remember when Chadwick Boseman had got messed up? So when he had got messed up, it scared me, y'all, because it was like, I'm older than him, and this man got way more money than me, and he didn't know he was messed up like that, even though he knew he was battling. So that's the thing about health, and I'm going to get right back to what you were doing, because we don't really understand health like we should understand it.
Yes. I think we understand money better than health.
100%.
I mean, that's because we have attached ourselves to society's way of life. You know, everybody think that money means everything, but actually money don't mean nothing in the midst of your health. Because if you're not here to live a long, healthy life, you know what? While we on that note, though, right? You know, I'm very spiritual.
Yes.
Right? You always got to tie the spiritual into everything.
Yes.
And health and being spiritual is synonymous to each other. Like prayer coincides with health in a sense. It's because like we be so focused on money that money stresses you out when you think about money.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you detach yourself from the health part and the spiritual part, it causes an imbalance in your life. Because you're so focused and you stressed out. When you stressed out, that means you worrying a lot. Money makes you worry a lot.
Don't it?
That's why they always say more money, more problems. Because that's true.
And the lack of.
Right. and the lack of. Right. The lack of and having money, they both cause problems, brother.
Right.
Yes. So did you add anything else you want to add today?
Yeah, but I was just saying, so the importance of everything. You remember we had that show on rhythm, momentum, endurance creates balance.
Yes.
The lack of one of these attributes, far as health and wealth and your spiritual, causes the imbalance in your life. So it takes you out of rhythm. If you're not eating right, if you're not praying right, if you're not financially established, all these is going to cause problems in your life where you just stressed out.
Absolutely.
Right.
Monty, he's our engineer, and I always forget. I want to give a shout out to you
What up,
because you
bro?
always do such an amazing job. Now, I know you're big into meditation. So hearing what Randy was just saying, how important is meditation, would you say, plays a key role even with your health?
I would say it's huge because now you're dealing with it's a part of your health, right? Because now with the meditation, you're talking about the mind.
Right.
That's heavy. It's very heavy.
Yes.
And that's the place where we as men we're there a lot. You know, we're in our minds a lot. We're worrying about the money, whether we have it or we don't. We're either worried about how to get it or we're worried about how we spending it when we got it and how we managing it. And like you say, like when we are in that kind of worry state, that really, really affects you physically. To where now your health isn't right, and it go beyond just your mental health not being well. Like now it's showing up physically in your body, to where now a lot of people don't know those kind of things can help you develop cancers.
Right.
Can help you start to develop some of these illnesses, and you might not even know it. But taking care of that mental part is healing in and of itself. And using meditation to me is one of the best ways because it helps you, one, be in that moment, be in the now.
Yes.
And it helps you see clearer what it is that you need to do and the steps that you need to take, not just for yourself, but the betterment for your life as a whole.
Right.
So yeah, to me, meditation is huge, man, because it really gets you grounded and firm in your stance and where you are, especially as a man. That's super important.
That's true.
And I had a question for you because a lot of people, that's a new area when you talk about meditation. And just quickly, in a few words, how would that look for a beginner getting into meditation? What I mean by that is how often you want to meditate, your environment you plan on once you start meditating. How does that look for someone who wants to get into meditation? Men and women that may be listening today.
As a very beginner, I would say it should be incorporated in the least stressful way possible.
Right.
Not to where it feels like it's hard to learn, because meditation is a lot easier than people think. And to me, the easiest way is to integrate it into your routine. A lot of times you're meditating and you don't even know it. You know, when you're taking those long car rides and
Right.
you know, maybe you might miss your exit that you come up on because you're actually meditating. You're practicing mindfulness because you're going through your thoughts and you're like, oh man, it's almost like you're on autopilot.
Right.
In a way. You can meditate cutting the grass. You meditate cutting the grass. You can meditate working out. Working out is a meditation.
Daydreaming.
As long as you're, I would say, not necessarily daydreaming. Daydreaming could be. It's more a mindfulness practice where you're letting your thoughts go.
Right.
But when you have that really pointed focus on with your mind on your thoughts, that right there, and you can do that as a moving meditation, as a sitting meditation. It's just a matter of being intentional. I've taught people how to meditate while washing dishes. So there's a lot of ways to get into it.
Okay, thank you for that. So we're going to get back, and we had, before we everyone shared their thoughts. Now, I wanted to read the one of the most common cancers for black men, and I think you guys probably can guess it, and it would be prostate cancer, more than any other ethnic group, right? And the reason why is because of our diets, because of our diets, and some are hereditary. So, man, if you need to talk with your father, your uncles, and pay attention to sometimes what they passed away from, because if that runs in your family, you really want to go. They say the age to start for prostate cancer exams is the age of 45. And then they say if you have a history in your family, you want to start 10 years prior to when they got diagnosed, the person in your family. Okay. Because the reason why they tell you that, because they can do prevent something.
Yeah, preventive. Yeah,
right?
medicine, yep.
Because you'll be very, if it's your dad, you have your dad's gene, his blood.
Right.
Right? So same with women with breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, man, we need to watch our diets. Okay? We need to really start taking this thing seriously. And what made me pay attention to this is going to family reunions years back. And I always would see Big Mom. I seen plenty of aunties, children, male cousins, but very rarely did I see grandfathers, right? And not because they were that much older than their wives. They always left here because of heart condition, maybe colon cancer,
right,
or prostate cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I would like to, it's just my vision to, at these family reunions coming up in the future, to see more grandfathers there to sit down and share some wisdom, right? So we can start right now, even with this show, the things we're going to discuss today. When you start out your day tomorrow, it's very easy to meal prep, okay? It's very easy to start meditating. It's very easy to realize that if you have a bill to pay, right? Make arrangements on your bills. Don't let it become so stressful that you can't remember to make your exams and your examination, man. I know that as males, mm-hmm, we don't want any more bad news, right? Any more no's.
No.
and I've been there, and it's something right, eerie about when you have to take a test and then you have to sit there and that silence before right, they come in, and then they come in with the notepad and they're still quiet. No one likes that, right? And so I realize this. Let's not be afraid of that. But if we can celebrate what's going to happen after that, right? We have women in our life, our daughters, or if you have a significant other, and if you don't, maybe it's a significant other that it's in your future, right? I'm sure they want you to be financially set. But I think right or wrong with the finance, most women have spent lengthy times by themselves. They want to meet a man and spend some time with him, right?
True.
And they want everything working. I talk to ladies all the time. Well, so they don't want the excuses. Now, on the same token, ladies, you guys are moving a lot in the business area. Also, we need you to take care of yourself, your health, the same way. But just to get back on this, man, we can celebrate our success, right? But let's celebrate our health. Let's make this thing popular again. We really have to.
Right.
We really have to. You had anything you wanted to add, Polo? Because I'm.
No, it's all right. No,
I can go.
No, I'm rocking with you. I'm vibing with you because people don't really understand. Like when we talking with the topic today, it's like money is so prevalent in our communities today that it's hard to do anything without money. But the other part of health is that here goes some of the things, and I'm glad my engineer brother that's engineering did his thing, what he said about meditating and all the different ways you can meditate. Mm-hmm. He dropped the jewel because people don't understand, like, meditating is so real and so conscious, and it brings you to another state of mind. And unfortunately, a lot of people get into terrible situations where they start to find out they should meditate. Mm. So what you were saying is 100% right. But also understand that it's a fine line and a balance because, yes, with the other part of this health situation is that health care is expensive as hell. So that's not, but now I got to figure out ways to say, okay, am I being healthy? Like, before I even go to the doctor, what am I eating and intaking in my body that's going to cause whatever's going to happen at the doctor be a problem?
Absolutely.
So, now we, because of TikTok and social media, we can just go ahead and get into this too. All the sea moss and this and that, and this the wrong sea moss and that's the right one. Mm-hmm. You can't take the one in this, you got to take the one in that. So now people got to be more invested in saying, I'm just not going to go to the doctor and let them give me a pill. I'm going to find out what that pill does and what that pill affect. One of the things about my father just passed, and we talked about this before, but his health versus hustle. His hustle was amazing. His health was terrible. So he got so dependent on the pills that he came to a point where them little things, they got all the Monday through Saturday, mm-hmm. They got all the little pills in there. So when we went to the hospital, I remember him telling the people, man, I can't take all them pills together. But my thing was telling him is, stop trying to take all them pills.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of healthy alternatives out here. One of them being meditation. The mind is a powerful thing when you're able to actually sit down and create and focus and push that mind to do something.
You know, when you just said that, it's really deep, right? It's because a lot of us be focused so much on the money, but this is how society got this set up. Society got this set up where they want us to start depending on medication.
Right.
Right? And what brings along medication? Mental health.
Exactly.
Right? So when you not providing a certain way for yourself or your family, it causes you to go into a disastrous type of mentality, in a survival type of mentality where you start to act off of impulse.
Right.
Only animals act off of impulse. So you start doing things that's outside of character, outside of self, because you in survival mode.
Right.
Right? So you go into a certain type of mindset where it causes disease within yourself. Right? And if you're not praying, right, or meditating, like the brother was just talking about, then you all the way off balance in your life. So then stress and worrying so much, that's how people develop tumors and aneurysms in their brain. You know, like one of my sisters or whatever. But on the flip side of this, when we switch it over, my sister Natalie Rogers, she always keep telling me, like, it's okay to be an entrepreneur, but you need to have insurance when you get older to be able to be healthy in your life. And then we go back and forth with that, right? So now she been sending me forward applications and links and everything. Right? Which
That's
is a
that
blessing,
love.
though.
That's that love right there.
I love to get into planning something, work on midnight shift or whatever the case may be, and continue to do what I'm doing or whatever. But it's very important. Mental health is really an issue out here. A lot of people don't know that. But that's why it's a blessing that we having this topic today, health versus hustle.
Absolutely.
Right? It's because we do be so focused on just money. But that's how society got it set up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're very, very right. So we have, that's when I believe, like, the first thing that comes to mind is putting things back in balance. Things have to be balanced out. Superb balance. I tell people that, they be like, wow, superb balance. I say, yes, you can achieve it. Right?
Right.
You can achieve it. Just like you have a good credit rating, just like you paying your mortgage on time and your car note on time, you can do the same thing with your life.
That's true.
You schedule, because you're not going to forget to pay your car note, right? Because your car take you places, right? So how could, I ask people all the time, you can forget to return an email, a text message, phone call, but how can you forget about yourself?
That's easy, though.
Yeah,
No,
it
really,
is.
when you think about it,
really
if we
is.
can balance all this other stuff, right? Because there's very successful people walking around today, right, with serious health issues. Serious health issues.
Don't even know it.
They know something is wrong, but they're not going in. They're just not going in.
Because they scared to learn about what's going on.
Right. Man, I mean,
But it's a
we're
fearful
big
situation.
with that since we were talking to the man at this
Right.
point, right? And I can, like, some brothers I know, like, over the last year, right? They talk about doing a lot in the course of the day, but I never hear them say, well, I can't do that on Tuesday because I have a doctor's appointment. I never hear it. But I watch them, and they go from Monday to Sunday. And I was one of those guys, right? And if I'm looking at you going monthly from Monday to Sunday, I'm like, this brother ain't been to the doctor at all over the last year,
Right.
right? We have to get better with that, man. And I really mean that. That it was on my heart to reach out to my nephews also at a young age to start this, right? Because it's a losing battle. It's a losing battle here. Now, we're going to get back into this topic about the hustle. Hustle is fine, but the hustle keep you moving, right? And I always tell people, chase purpose and not cash. So even though we talk about it sometimes, it's easy for us to fall into this, right? Just chasing this cash. And I think I said earlier, now I see the women doing it also. So women's health is going down after doing a little research also, right? Now you have more and more women with high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart problems. The reason why is because I believe they're trying to pattern themselves after our activities. And you see what our activities got us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, people joke and say, oh, he got a dad's bod. Well, some of these women go and start having mom bods. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Hit him with that.
So I wanted to ask you something, Randy. I know you're a personal trainer also. Just from your perspective, just for the men,
right,
how often should we be in the gym or doing some type of physical activity, even if we cannot make it to the gym? Let's start there also. And how long should that look in the course of a day, you know, or a week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I truly believe every man and every woman in general need to take out three hours throughout the week. Mm-hmm. So that could just be 3 days out the week, an hour a day, just to either walk, run. But a lot of things that we lack out here is drinking a lot of water. Mm-hmm. A lot of people lack a lot of water. Water represents life. If you lack water, your life is going to be in a dis-ease.
Okay.
You're causing a dis-ease for real, though, because you can't survive without water.
Right.
So a lot of us be out here drinking so much. It's not nothing wrong with having a drink or whatever, but you got to be able to have a certain amount of intake of water in order to continue to be healthy. Because if not, your body is fighting off alcohol.
So is the new water better? Like, is it regular water we should be drinking, or the alkaline and the mineral water and the coconut water?
You know, every water is survival. Mm. You know, all of us that got attached to bottles of water now is because of the Flint water system that was corrupted and everything like that. So everybody just been taking caution from then on, right? But you know, even if you can't afford water, because everybody is not in a certain position as others, right? So some people can't afford to buy bottles of water every single day. So I advise everybody just to take some water out the faucet and boil it, right? You boil the water, then put it in the refrigerator, let it cool again, and then you drink it.
Absolutely. That's what they did back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Now, you said one thing I wanted to jump on, and because you spoke right into this hustle. You spoke on alcohol, and then we talked about proper diets. With everyone, I want to say networking, right, in the street hustling, meetings are always somewhere surrounding around some restaurant when there's plenty of alcohol to drink, and then the food is not always the best, you know, fried chicken and things of that nature. And I think that's the reason why we're seeing poor health. The more we are succeeding financially, and we're out here, like you said, drinking alcohol, because a lot of meetings take place in restaurants, right? Mm-hmm. So it's okay. You'll see people have a glass of wine or whatever drink that they like, right? But I don't often see them pairing it with a healthy meal, right? And so this lifestyle, so as we talk about health versus the hustle, that's where they clash at. And just me sitting up here thinking, we do that so often when we can entertain at our house, and we got a full bar, no matter what we're doing, playing cards, whatever, it's never water on the table, it's plenty of alcohol, right? And then it's the cheesy good foods. So we have to change this scenario.
Sound like a good time to me.
I know it does. Sound like down at Hidden Gems. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, because those are very fun times. But we have to be very conscious of this, men and women, but we're going to talk to the men at this moment. And then we have to talk about, since we're talking about diets, about the colon. Because when I looked at all these cancers, African Americans, we're at the top percentage for all of them. Colon cancer also.
Right.
You
Liver disease.
You know, when I see the topic versus hustle versus health, the two things that add up to one word to me is prioritize.
Yes,
you got to
there you go.
prioritize in your hustle or in your health. If you don't prioritize in either one, it's going to cause a disease in your life. You know, so all us, I mean, you know, I fell victim to that as well. You know, whenever we talk to y'all that's out there listening, we talking about ourselves as well. So we are not exempt. Ain't nobody perfect, but we not having the scapegoat to say that we not perfect as well. I'm just saying that sometimes, you know, you start to lack prioritizing what your goals are. So it's time for us as a people to get back on track with things.
Absolutely. And guys, I know when we think about prostate exams, you think about rectal. Now they can test it through your blood too.
Right.
Right. So no excuse for that at all. The results are going to be the results. It's much like anything else that we do in this world. We can submit something, and sometimes something comes back. It can be an approval, and an approval can say, hey, you're approved if you take care of these 2 line items. Right. So the results are going to be the results on any of the exams. 9 times, if it's colon, you may have polyps. They may have to remove those. Oh, they're not cancerous. And everybody breathes again, right? Most people have been there. If it's anything with high blood pressure, they're going to tell you, hey, you need to change your eating schedule. I mean, your dietary needs. I'm sorry. You're going to have to change that. So, man, stop being afraid of the answer, because I've been there before.
Right.
I've been there before. So let's just walk. I mean, even if you have to support one of your brothers, I maybe say, man, look, Polo, man, you know, you ain't been talking about going to the doctor, man. What's your problem? You may say, well, it's an insurance, man. Let's get online like anything else, and let's see if they have some free insurance out here.
Right.
Obamacare, whatever the case may be. It's no excuse for excuses right now.
I definitely agree with you.
Because when you get information or someone tell you something may be terminal or close to, the first thing you're going to say, so what can I do? What can you do for me? Let's do that before we get to that point.
Yes, sir.
Guys, please, let's do this thing.
Here go a thing, Chef. I'm looking online right now, and Q reached out and said, health is true wealth.
Yes, it is.
And what's funny is that we really don't take the time to understand how being healthy, because we got to think about, let's go back to when we was kids. When we was kids and we was running around and having the ball, we wasn't worried about no money. We were super healthy because we was doing what? We was being active, being around, doing stuff. And the kid's mentality is that even if he's not healthy, you ever seen a sick kid? He's still fighting. He's still fighting to just do something.
Absolutely.
So it's like when you just said, go get back to that, let's be healthy thing, we got to get back to understanding, like, hey, let's put our mind in the mind state that, yes, I'm going to go get this bread. I'm going to get the money because I need the money. But I also got to take some time out, like Randy X said, like in the regiments, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to take an hour, 30 minutes, because we don't really realize, even watching TV, you can do something healthy. They got a bunch of things you can do healthy when you watch TV.
Absolutely.
But we don't take the time to even try to incorporate that, or, like Randy X said, prioritize that thing. So we got to start looking at different ways, because the brother already said, you got to take your time. It takes baby steps to get somewhere.
Absolutely.
I probably can't do 50 push-ups. But at one time, I could do 100. So I got to look at, okay, in order to get back to at least 50, I got to do 10.
Absolutely.
Excuse me for a minute, though, brother. he dropped his phone and everything.
Got nervous.
I was going to say, when did you do 100 straight, brother? Because we need to figure this out. Right? Let's say this
The
right
disclaimer
now,
was,
brother.
it was at the time.
Okay, hold on.
You wasn't around that day. You wasn't around that day.
I think the brother was in a dream or something, brother.
No, you wasn't around that day. You was at the shop. You was at the shop.
You know what? You know what's so deep, though? You know what's so deep? I really learned about health is when I got locked up. Mm-hmm. When you first get locked up, you go through quarantine. Mm-hmm. Right? And when you go through quarantine, you take a blood test because they want to see if you got any diseases or whatever the case may be.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, did you know, and they make you wait a good 30 minutes to 40 minutes afterwards to see if you have anything for your test results to come back.
Right.
So you got to stand there and wait along with all these other guys. Everybody's in here sweating like bullets because they thinking about the girls that they done had sex with without a rubber all through their life. Right? And that's a shame, though. It's a shame because we never would have been nervous or nothing if we would have went and got, monthly checkups throughout our life.
Right.
So were they just checking for sexual transmission?
No, they checking for everything because they need. No, not prostate because you're too young for all that. But I'm saying they're checking for everything.
Everything.
They check for everything because they got to see. Once you come into the Department of Corrections, right? Their job is to correct whatever going on with you, health wise, mentally, everything. They got to be able to know how to. Approach the situation pertaining to you.
Well, let me ask you this, because you just brought up something very was valid to me. But what happens if you are in the range for prostate exam, colons? What type of health care do they have?
Yeah, they actually got the best health care.
So they have screenings for...
Yes, they have everything.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
I actually got my prostate, like I said, once Chadlin Bowman, when I found out about him, I actually went to the people when I was in the feds. I went there and I was like, hey, can you sign me up for a checkup, brother?
Okay.
Because I had been so healthy. I hadn't had a checkup the whole time. I think I was on year 6 at that time, and I had never had nothing wrong.
Okay.
I had a shoulder injury, and that was it. But just to say, to piggyback with Randy X saying, it was a guy where I was at, he found out he had a heart problem when he came in. He didn't even know he had a heart problem, and he wasn't messed up. But when they did that screening, they said something wrong with your numbers, your blood. Then they start sending you out to doctors because most of the time you go to the doctors in the world. The initial doctor on there is just the one that reads stuff, and they be like, okay, hey, send him out to the real doctor, go to the hospital. And when he went out there, this brother found out he had heart problems and everything. He ended up having to get a heart transplant.
Wow.
So when you say that health, hustle versus health, it's so many different scenarios that we don't think about until tragedy. I always say when tragedy pops up, that's when you're like, wow, I got to get healthy. Because it'll always be a tragic situation.
So it seems like we're out here we're having good conversations, but not necessarily the right conversations to secure our health.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Not at all.
Not at all. Man, we need to change that. Women, I think they talk about it a little bit more open than we do, right? Maybe because they're going, and they're comfortable level with it. But we have to start, like I said, we're having good conversations when it comes to investments, government. We need to start having different conversations about their health, right? That's a different vibe right there. That's most definitely a different vibe. What I'm going to commit to, a lot of people know that I post things on my page. I give out my Facebook page, and I am going to commit to sending some links about scheduling for prostate, colon, and then also maybe some providers, some programs, if you do not have insurance, right, where you can go and have some exams. Sometimes they have free health screenings throughout the year, and that's something you can do for yourself also. But I am going to post some things because what we need to do is take all the excuses away. Yeah. Right, and that's bottom line. We need to take the excuses. Even I've had them in the past when I have things going on in my life. So we're going to take all the excuses away. I want to see more men, like I said before, enjoying their success, right? Fruits of their labor. And that can be their children, their grandchildren, investments. What's an investment if you can't see it mature?
You know what's another thing that's tied into health as well? Life insurance. Right. Life insurance, you know, us as black people, we don't like to talk about
Death.
But we know that we all have to die, and we know it's 3 types of death, right? But I remember my sister, when I was locked up, my sister was telling me, my sister Keisha was like, Randy, you got to give me your Social Security number. I need to get life support on you.
Life insurance.
Life insurance on you. I said, no, you are not getting life insurance on me. That is janky. Right? I don't want to have this topic with you because we don't like to talk about this, right?
Right.
But actually, she wasn't doing nothing but educating me
100%.
and helping me get more knowledgeable about that. You got to prepare for a proper burial when the time do come. And sometimes they come sooner than later.
Well, okay, now one of the things that I used to do when I was getting guys ready to go home, and even now I'm trying to work with guys, we have to start allocating a certain amount of the hustle for medical and health and life insurance.
Absolutely.
Because these are 2 areas that not just in our community, but in a lot of communities, people struggle. We watch TV many a times. They say we got a GoFundMe page because somebody can't get buried. So imagine if they had things in play when they did have a little bit of money, because some of these things don't cost a lot of money.
Absolutely.
They don't really cost a lot of money. And even me saying what I'm saying today, I'm about to invest more into it, because that was one of the things when my father just died. He didn't leave no whole lot of money, y'all. So, AKA no whole lot of money. But he left enough to
Stop calling me.
Right. He left enough to take care of what he had to take care of, and left something for my mom.
Okay.
And that was important because at least those burdens was gone.
Okay.
And those are big burdens, and so we got to understand, if I make $1,000, maybe I can take $100 and put it to my medical and my life insurance, because that's going to help me out in a place that when I ain't here, I don't know. That's on y'all. Like, hey, Chef, call my mama, man. We need to bury me, and I ain't got no money.
No, and that's deep.
That part right there.
That's really deep that you're saying that, right? Because this still, that goes into this as well, y'all, right? It's because that's the prioritized part.
Right.
We always waiting to the last minute to do everything, man.
That's
I'm
true.
talking about every single thing.
Right.
We could plan something right now for 2 weeks or a month or 3 months down the line, and then one of us might be like, hold on, man, and a day or 2 before then,
Right.
Absolutely.
like, I'm not ready.
Okay.
And that's really crazy.
So, listening to both of you gentlemen, we have accountability partners for everything in our life. Let's start having health accountability partners.
That's big. That's big right there.
I think
That's a caller.
We have a caller?
Oh, I thought I heard
I
that.
think Amadi, wherever he walks in a room, it's a certain, he has energy, right?
Right.
And if you know him, you know about meditation. So you quite naturally, he has a calming spirit. And I don't know if you want to start talking about mental health around him, but he's like an accountability partner. That you didn't know you had, right? So we need to start having that, right? Ladies, we got, 10 minutes left, a little bit less than 10 minutes? 12. I look at a lot on social media. Yes, I'm talking to you ladies. And they're always saying, hey, I want to make sure this man is financially set. Out of all the things I've heard about his credit being right, his investment being right, own a home, they never ever say anything about his health.
Never.
Ever.
You know what? That's so funny, because I was just looking at something today, and what the girl showed it to me, and she was like, look. And we looked, and the first thing she said, he look unhealthy. I said, how the heck do he look unhealthy? Because they was talking about his money. But they said, he look unhealthy. Look at him. We don't even know if he's unhealthy, and he might be supposed to look like that. But that's true. People don't talk about health.
We don't. Like, let's add that to the list, right?
Yeah.
Man, if you out here, like anybody who's close to me, and you may be listening to this, and our conversation always, what you eat today? What you have for breakfast? How about lunch? Did you eat dinner? And they'll tell me, I'll say, what was your vegetable? Did you eat a salad? They know, because they know that's one thing I'm going to ask them.
Okay.
Right? And they know that, right? So we need to start having health accountability partners, okay? Please. Be that for someone, and then that person can be it for you, or then maybe for someone else. We call one another, and we ask and we text a lot of things. And if you're out here and you're dating someone, if you are a man, and I'll tell you, probably cheat sheet, but whatever. It's something special if a woman texts you and say, "Have you eaten today? What did you eat today?"
Man, cold-blooded.
How many, look at your circle, guys. Look at text messages. How many hits do you get about, did you eat today? Did you have some vegetables today?
Did you drink some water today?
Did you drink some water today? Right.
I ain't even pay attention to that. Because somebody asks you want to go out for drinks later on? But they won't say to you, "Hey, go get you some water."
Mm-hmm.
Because I know
Not
you were
at all.
drinking last night. Get you some water.
And we're going to talk candid on this show because we taking the gloves off. We got like 10 minutes left. Where I work at, I hear a lot of women talk about, talk about a guy's romantic life. It was kind of bold, this, that, and the other. I said, well, you was dating him.
Right.
What was you feeding him?
Right.
Was he drinking water?
Man, that's so
Was
crazy.
he eating a bunch of greasy food?
Right.
What were you requesting you go out for dinner? So now you want to complain where you could have invested in something that could have gave back to you.
Man, you might have just, write that
what?
down. That was cold.
Hey, look, you know what?
You get what I'm, no, serious, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they say, I don't want to date nobody sickly.
But you ain't doing nothing to make them not sickly.
We got to.
You know
Do
what?
you guys hold on one second. Do you get what I'm saying? When I say we have to start changing our conversation, it's way too much emphasis, and we're talking about hustle versus health. It's way too much emphasis on money, 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 money. Way too much. Way too much. And if you want them, oh well, I'm talking to you, right? Start texting this guy or start texting your lady. Did you eat this morning? Have you had vegetables? Make sure you pack a couple waters, right? Come on. Because you're not married yet.
Right.
So I don't think what you're thinking about the return is going to be on some insurance, right? You're trying to get to that spot. And even after marriage, you still want to continue to, spiritually and health is probably one of the two best things you can invest in your partner.
Yep,
Seriously. Seriously. But what did you want to say, Randy?
You know, everything that we think is good for us can also be bad for us if you overly indulge in it. Because anything that you overly indulge in can end up being bad for you. Right. Now, we know food is good for you, but it's only certain foods that is good for you. And if you overly, excessively eat that particular food, you're going to get sick. We know that water is good for you. But if you overly indulge in drinking too much of it, you're going to get sick. We know that people like going out a lot and people like drinking a lot. It's all right to have a drink or something, but, you know, the doctor says that one glass of wine per day is good for the heart. But if you drink too much wine, because you overly indulging in it, then it becomes bad for you. Right?
Absolutely.
So everybody be very mindful of that.
So as we're coming to wrapping up, if you guys have anything you would like to say, and most definitely, with our listening audience, where you can be found at. Now, you can find me at Fred Wilson on Facebook. I have on Instagram, I have a page coming up, and it's 50 Up. So I'm talking about life after the age of 50. So I will be discussing spiritual health, mental health, physical health, fashion. I'm going to do a little travel, right? Because it's not over after 50. It's really beginning. And then I'm also the health commissioner for Good Fathers Only organization, which is organization for mentorship for young men. You can also catch me there. I will be posting some future events that we have coming up. How about yourself there, man?
Yes.
Oh, look, hold on 1 second. And after this show, put a plug in. You can catch me at respectfully speaking. We're going to be talking about prenups. But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, so I'm a personal trainer. I'm a barber. If you need to get in touch with me, you can look me up on Facebook and Instagram, Randy Rogers. I would like to say this, right? I'm talking to the audience. Mental health is very important, right? Very serious. Like, we need to take time out to really meditate, pray, really take time out for yourself, to spend time with yourself, to see what's going on with your health, with your mental, right? In order for you to evaluate yourself before it's too late. Because a lot of people have so much pressure built up within them because of how society is right now. So I'll just advise you and ask you to take time out for yourself to really get to know yourself, because can't nobody else love you unless you love yourself.
Absolutely. How about yourself there?
I mean, y'all a hard act to follow. My name is Leon Johnson. No, but Lee Polo at Facebook and Instagram, TikTok. A lifestyle development coach. I really believe in what we was talking about today, because the hustle is what we all chase, and the health is what I'm learning myself that I have to be more conscious of. We need to, as a society, start dwelling on that more. And as a group of men that's up here now, we're taking charge to the community, saying, hey, we're here. We want to be a part of it. So if you got something out there, what things are going on in the community that's health-wise, we would love to be a part of it. That way we can show the hustle side of it, what we bring into it, so we can be healthy. And I just want to thank y'all for listening, and to my brother, salute.
Thank you. And I will like to wrap this up. And if it's one thing we got out of this show, I believe, find you a partner who's going to be concerned about your health, right? We have them for financial reasons, right? Let's link up with someone who's going to accountability partner for health. And if you have to ask somebody, that's okay too. I need you to make sure you check on me right throughout today. It can be a random text, right? Because we're falling behind in this area. No one's talking about it. But it's really, really big. When I walk around, I see a lot of obese people. The way I see people at events and parties, not with it's a drink, but a whole bottle. I'm thinking about kidneys. I'm thinking about liver, right? Liver disease, right? It's fun when you're doing it, but if you want to live, you have to hang around, and investments are investments.
True.
I want you to think about that. And what you put into your mind and your body is an investment, and it will be a return, whether you like it or not.
That's true.
And I also want to leave out saying this is one of my good partners, one of my good brothers. His name's 7 Mile Beam. He's a rapper in Detroit. This is his clothing line. It's called Trench Pack. Everybody can look him up on Instagram or Facebook. His name's 7 Mile Beam.
All right, now.
Okay.
Put a little plug in there.
Got to get my brother together. We got to support each other.
So that's that hustle part right there. So we like to thank everyone for tuning in. Also, catch Q next Wednesday.
Please.
And then you can also catch her at Poetry and Conversation. We just thank you. On this show here, we just say we don't have nothing but love for you and some knowledge. We didn't go to school for this, but we are life certified, and I think that is the best experience and diploma you can get in life ever. So you guys have an enjoyable rest of your week and weekend. Drink your water, eat a salad, check on somebody.
Right.
Just don't call them for some money. Ask them if they ate a salad.
Right.
So we just thank you, Imani, also with your input about the meditation, right? Because we cannot forget about the spiritual and mental part of health, right? So we just thank you. Have a good one, and we'll see you next.
17.
Oh, look, 17. Put a plug in. We got a minute. We will be doing a live show down at Hidden Gem,
Right.
April the 17th. We'd love for you guys to come down to look at all our pages for more information. Just come be a part of a live audience so you can see, and you can just sit on a panel with us instead of calling in. And that's going to be enjoyable. They have great food and music. So we just thank you, and we'll see you soon.
You know it.